that this is the situation that they're going to have. But Zeke he went out of the country. He said he's going to refocus. He's going to get ready, on it. And I say he fought the good fight because the reason I say that is that I think they always knew they were not going to win against the NFL. But they felt it was a necessary fight because it was more than just games. This is more than just, and with Tom Brady, it was him being labeled as a cheater, and he's like, I don't want to be labeled as a cheater. I haven't cheated, or anything. So I get that. But with Zeke, his was deeper. This is about somebody's character. This is about, labeling someone as something. And he's saying, I did not do any of this. What y'all are trying to put on me is not true. And I'm not going to accept that. And to me, he had to fight it. He had to fight a losing battle. Because I think if he had just took the games, like people were saying, just serve the games and everything, I might have been one that just said it. But, when I go back and think about it now, you got to fight it. I said if he had wanted to serve the games at the beginning, they still would have been, I think they were 3-3, with Zeke. They still would have been 3-3 if you ask me without him. And he would have been back playing right now. But I think he just had to. He had to do it, Mac Farrell said the owners had no problem when Goodell was suspending third stringers and practice squad guys. You're absolutely right. And it's human nature. It's fine until it affects you. And I'm not talking about you, Mac, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah, it's just like, oh, that guy, we was going to cut him anyway, or that guy, he ain't doing nothing for us. But yeah, Zeke is Jerry's homeboy, Tom is the homie. Tom is the franchise. Tom is the guy that gives them their best shot on him capitalizing and getting this money. So yeah, it's like everything's good until, you touch up one of my homies, So and Mac Farrell just said it. He said when Goodell started to suspend the Bradys and the Zekes of the league, the owners are up in arms as it affects their bottom line. Absolutely right. So Zeke will serve these other 5 weeks. He'll be back, I think, Christmas Eve for the Seattle game. We'll move on from it. It'll be another point, to fight during negotiations in the next CBA, to have some type of a say-so or a voice or some type of, option situation or a chance. The chance is better. Have a chance at maybe something ruling your way, but as long as Goodell got that power, that's it. Big L said only a dummy would give Goodell all that power. Players getting screwed all over the NFL. So, and here's what I think it is Big L, and it kind of ties in with what Mac was saying. I think the players, they gave the power to Goodell because they probably felt like, man, we ain't gonna get in trouble like that, or they ain't gonna hit us up like that. I think to a certain degree, they felt a little bit like, yo, they need us. And then the Ray Rice thing went down. And then when the NFL botched that and took the heat for that, and then they went back and hit Ray with the 6 games, I think that's where it started it all. And they were just like, yo, we not finna be looking bad again, no matter who it is. And they decided, the shield is bigger than any of these guys. Because they'll retire, they'll get broke up, they'll get, injured or whatever, and they'll go on. But we still got this shield. Plus, it probably didn't work into, hey, Roger probably had in his plans anyway. I'm going to get this 50 mil in this private jet, you know? So, yeah, I don't know why they gave him all that power, but it's coming to bite him, in the butt. So, the Carolina Panthers came off this beat down of the Miami Dolphins. Sorry, Mocha, but they're on a bye this week, and Greg Olsen, who's actually injured, so he's not even playing right now. He's supposed to be back in probably I think a couple weeks. But Greg Olsen is going to be part of a broadcast team coming up during the bye week, and he will be doing the I think the Vikings-Rams game for maybe the NFL Network, somebody. But the issue about this situation, if you haven't heard the story, is very interesting, is that the Panthers actually played the Vikings later on this year, this season, and the Vikings got a problem with that. They're just like, no, we don't want him around and everything. And now they have already assured that, to the Vikings that he's not going to be in any of the broadcast meetings. He's not going to be at any of the practices or anything like that, So the Vikings had put in an appeal to be like, yo, get him out of here, have him do another game or anything like that. We ain't saying he can't do it, just he can't do our game. We got to see him later on. NFL declined that. They said, nah, we're gonna let him do it. You can't, you can't assume that he's gonna be doing all this stuff. Here's my thing. It should have never got to this point in the first place. I get where the Vikings are coming from. The last thing you want, and more than anything, football players, coaches, they're very superstitious. They're very built into their ways. They're very built into, this is how we do things. And just with the whole thing with the Patriots and the Spygate thing, that put people on edge. So it's just like, I don't want you in any vicinity of my team if I got to see y'all, because if anything gets out, which more than likely it won't, then because I'm going to blame somebody. And I just don't get why would the NFL put him on this game when he's going to see this team later. Put him on another team. You got what? I think this is a bye week, so I think this is the last bye week. So you got, 4 teams on byes? So you got 13. Yeah, you got 13 other games you could have put him on. Just put him on another game. I don't see what the big thing is. And I want to see Greg Olsen, because if you haven't seen him, you got to watch. He is very, very, very entertaining, very good at what he does. And he's still new to it, but he's very good at what he does. He did during the combine. He did some work with the NFL Network during that time. Very good job. So I think he's going to do an excellent job. But I just think that, it's someone, just like, they didn't look at the schedule or something. I don't want them anywhere near. I don't want them out, anywhere in a 100-mile radius of the team. It's just, it is what it is, because if anything goes wrong, they're going to blame the league. So just save yourself that heartache and put them on another team. Just put them on another team. So there's some teams. We are talking about teams. Shouts out to Dick74 that's in here as well. There's some QB situations that's going down. And there's 4 in general. And you listen to the Wait a Minute show with your man, Jelani JB Bodie. Lopan looked like Lopan has went to sleep. So we're going to move on without him. The Denver Broncos, they are struggling, and their defense is struggling too, where that defense was keeping them in games, but that is not the case currently for them. And give me a second and I'll give you what their record is right now, because they may be in dead last. They're tied with the LA Chargers for last in the AFC West. They are 3-6, right now. So Trevor Siemian got off to a good start, and looked like he was going to be a guy, that you could depend on, but he fell off. And now the question is about, Brock Osweiler and also now Lynch being in a mix. And here's my thing about Lynch. They were saying that he has this injury that they're trying to figure out, make sure he's healthy enough, to play, because they want Paxton Lynch. I think they want him in there, and they need for him to be in there. He's a first round pick. You got to see what you get. You got to see something from him, because at this point, you really got three quarterbacks, which everyone says if you got two, and I'm just going to say three, you don't have a quarterback. Trevor Siemian seems like he's not going to be the answer to be a starting quarterback. I think he still could be a backup quarterback, in this league. Brock Osweiler, he, has had his issues, being in two different cities. Now he's back in Denver, and seemed like he was having problems. He was definitely having problems with the Patriots. So it's Paxton Lynch time. You got to make sure that shoulder is ready, but you got to put him out there to see what you got. You're 3-6 at this point. I don't really think that the Broncos can make, any type of run to put themselves in a position to. I can't see them winning 7 games, and because that will put them at 10-6. They're going to need to be 10-6 to make the playoffs. So put him in, put the kid in, see what happens. Other QB news is Phillip Rivers for the LA Chargers. He's in a concussion protocol, so it remains to be seen if he's going to be able to play. Like I said, they're tied 3-6, so their season is pretty much over. This may be an opportunity to put Cardale Jones in there. Phillip Rivers is not getting any younger. You traded for him from Buffalo for a reason. You might get an opportunity to see what this kid is about. He got a cannon. He's mobile. Maybe he can, give this team a little bit of a spark. And I say that I'm not saying sit Phillip Rivers or anything like that. I'm saying if he's in a concussion protocol and you're going to have to start another quarterback, and your options, between quarterbacks is that you got Cardale Jones and their other quarterback. He's slipping my memory right now. Kellen Clemens, that's who it is. I'm going to go with Cardale Jones. Again, you traded. You traded for him. See what you got. See what you got. Might be surprised. The Vikings, I told everyone about this. I said, do not be surprised if Teddy Bridgewater gets an opportunity or be in the mix, because I said Sam Bradford, he was trying to come back because he knew he was in trouble. He knew if he didn't come back and Teddy Bridgewater came back, there was going to be this controversy at the QB situation. But Sam could not come back, so he had to go on IR. Case Keenum has taken the reins. He has done a pretty decent job. He got them, 4 wins in a row at this point? I think they're 4 or 5 wins in a row. They say he's going to start, and Bridgewater is going to back him up. I think that is the good move right now, for this organization. I wouldn't put Teddy in that situation right now. And you got to give Case, hey, if they won 5 and Case, was I think he was on all 5. I think he won all 5s. And it wasn't Sam. Sam might have won 1, but you got to give him the opportunity. You give him the opportunity until he show you that he can't. But I do think by the end of the year, I think Teddy Bridgewater will be playing. I stuck by that, and I'll continue to stick by it. I think he will be in the game, and we will see Teddy Bridgewater playing. I think Case Keenum, although he has been doing an excellent job, he's going to have a game that will have people say, that's why he's a backup quarterback. And last but not least, news came out today. to me, very surprising, was the Buffalo Bills. They benched Tyrod Taylor.